Good morning, good morning. So I am going live, I think, in all the right places. So live on my Facebook page, live in our free Exhale community. So this community is for anyone who's interested in mindfulness, meditation, and particularly those who teach that kind of stuff. So if you're in there, let me know. That's where you can post your questions so that I will actually see them. So if I miss anything on today's free training, I will answer all your questions in that group. I'll pop the link for the group in the comments on this as well. And we're also going live on YouTube because why not? So I've been having an amazing week. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Charlotte and I'm the founder of Exhale. So what we aim to do is make meditation accessible for everybody. We're trying to change the stigma around what meditation means or what it means to meditate. We're trying to make it normal. You don't have to be a hippie in tie-dye going on silent retreat. It doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to listen to whale music, you don't have to listen to panpipes, unless you love all of those things. I'm not bashing any of those things, but we're trying to get meditation on the radar of as many of the public as possible. So I'm just seeing that Facebook is just sending out notifications to you all to let you know that I am live. So hopefully some of you will be joining me. If not, I know that lots and lots of you watch these on the replay because I can see how many people have viewed these videos. If you do watch on the replay, do me a favour. Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know. Say hello. My goal is to empower you. If you are thinking about working in this space, or you already have a business working in this space, whether that be teaching yoga, teaching meditation, teaching, Reiki, or if you're a healer, if you're a teacher and you're in this space, I want you to feel empowered so that you are able to go out and absolutely smash your goals. There is this really big problem within this industry where I see it, and I had this going on for me as well, where, we're really spiritual, we really do what we do because we love it, and we're not in it for the money. But we actually start, because of that, we start to we don't charge our worth, we don't put ourselves out there. It's all this whole range of things that we used to do that I used to do myself, but I see happening across this industry. And there are very, very few people that aren't doing that, who are making massive impact, creating massive transformation, massive change, healing and working with lots of people and getting paid a decent amount of money for doing so. So my aim is to show you, here I am, I'm proof that it is possible. I'm not some guru that's been on silent retreat for years in Tibet. I haven't done any of that stuff. If you've done that, amazing. I'm not dissing that. I'm just saying you don't need that necessarily to make a difference. That's a whole nother live in itself. But today I wanted to talk about mindset and why that matters. So if you are joining me, please do say hello so I know that you are there. Some of you I can see, some of you I can't see because of the platform that you're using to stream on. So the first big thing that I wanted to say to you is, and this is something that I've struggled with for a long time, because we're spiritual. So if you teach yoga, if you teach meditation, if you teach in that kind of space, or you work in that kind of space, chances are you are spiritually minded. And we talk a lot about feeling in alignment and feeling in joy and letting that lead your behavior, letting that lead your activities. How you show up is all led by alignment, and I'm 100% in alignment with that. But what I really want you to understand is that discipline trumps motivation. So what do I mean by that? Quite often we wait until we feel good, until the thing that we're doing feels good, before we take action, until it feels like it's in alignment. And yes, your end goal, yes, your vision needs to be in alignment. But actually, we're in the business of, we're in the business of making money. You are not here to, why should you have to struggle to pay the bills just because you do something that is in this well-being space, that is spiritual? You deserve to be making good amounts of income and providing for your family. And do you know why that's important? Is because when we are coming from that place where our own cups are filled up, we can then go out and do more good in the world. So this is important, is that, yes, I want you to feel in alignment with your big vision. I want you to feel in alignment with your goals. But actually, there needs to be some action in terms of strategy. And sometimes the strategy feels boring. Sometimes the strategy, we don't want to do it. Quite often, I won't lie to you, I've been having, over the past few weeks, quite a difficult time emotionally. Like my mental health hasn't been great, as some of you know, if you come and you watch on this channel or in my group or you're one of my instructors, you will know that I always struggle with anxiety. I struggle with low mood, and because of a few things that have happened over the past few weeks, I've really struggled. And actually, I slipped back into that place quite easily where I was waiting to feel good. And do you know what? Sometimes, 9 times out of 10, in fact, the action calls in the good feeling. The action sort of clears the way, it clears the energy. You just took one step to where you want to be. And that might be that you have to do some admin tasks. It might be that you have to show up on Facebook Live, even if you don't feel like doing it. Because I tell you what, when you are providing service, when you're providing value, and if that is what's in alignment with your soul, which I know if you're watching this right now or on the replay, if you're in my group and that's what you do, I know that that is your purpose in life. So it's about when we take that step in the right direction to be of service and we let the discipline trump the motivation, that's when you can start seeing results in your business. So how do we get that kind of motivation? So if we're not going to sit and wait for it, because we know, and you will know this if you teach meditation, because you'll understand how the brain works, but the brain protects us from anything that's new. So these, or anything where we might be vulnerable. So doing things like this, like showing up on a podcast, showing up in your group, showing up on Facebook Live, filming a video, doing whatever it is, writing a really open and honest post, your brain is going to perceive that as threatening, as a potentially, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. Therefore, your brain is going to tell you not to do it. And we have to remember that's part of the beauty of when you teach yoga, when you teach mindfulness, when you teach meditation, is that we know that we are able to choose a different story. That's what meditation does for you, isn't it? It helps you be able to witness that dialogue of that negative thinking, and we know why it's happening. So we've got an opportunity to be able to turn the dial, to choose a different thought, and to do it anyway. But something that I find really helps me with my motivation is to reconnect in to something that's bigger than just yourself. That's what I love about the Exhale community and the Exhale instructors that we've got, is that we are stronger together. We're creating a movement. We're creating a whole new brand for spirituality. We're creating something big. It's bigger than ourselves. So you're able to tap in and out of that. So if you haven't got that, I 100% recommend, whether that be that you come and join our movement or you found another one that works for you, but you connect into something that's bigger than yourselves, because that will give you the momentum that you need. The other thing that I'd absolutely encourage you to do is find an accountability partner. So whether that be somebody else that does a similar thing, and you can say to each other, have you asked for the sale 8 times a day? That's what it takes. We might always feel like we want to do it, but when you start taking those steps, when you start, even if you only do 4 of those offers each day, you only ask for the sale 4 times that day, it will start to become a habit, and your mindset will become that where you are used to it. And your brain doesn't start to see it as threatening anymore. The other thing I'd absolutely recommend you to do is to get yourself a mentor. So whether that be with me, whether that be with another teacher trainer, get somebody who's got your back, that you can go to and say, do you know what? I'm just not feeling it. And that person is going to let you rest. They're going to let you find alignment, but they're also going to say, come on, this is what you're meant to be doing in the world, and remind you of what you already know about how your brain works. But they're also going to show you that it's possible. And this is something that's really, really helped my mindset and really helped my belief, and helped me in those moments where I think, you know what, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if people are going to buy into this. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying really hard and I don't know if I'm ever going to get there with it. It's having proof that it is possible. So let that be me for now, for you. We've had, if you don't know already, and lots of you do, but we've had some amazing big clients. So we've worked with ITV, we've been filmed for ITV, we have worked with Google, which is amazing. That was on my vision board, We have, this week I'm fully booked. I can't fit any more clients in. We are working with celebrities. We go to festivals. We're selling out our classes, or all these different amazing venues. So we are proof, or I am proof that it's possible. So my homework for you today, this is one of the things I want you to do, and I want you to go into the Excel and Ascend group if you are not already in there. I want you to join that group. If you're in it, I want you to do this for me. I want you to find 2 people that are proof that it is possible, and I want you to look at them, and I want you to look at their mindset, and I want you to try and pinpoint why it's 11:11. That's always a good sign. And I've been on for 11 minutes 11 seconds at the exact same time that I said that. Anybody else, whoever is on watching me right now, oh my god, that is, talk about alignment. That's amazing. Let me know if that resonates with you as well. I just think that's amazing. What was I even saying? It's thrown me right off. But yeah, I want you to go into the group and I want you to find proof that it's possible. I want you to tell me who that person is, and I want you to look at what they're doing and how they're showing up. And I want you to ask yourself, what is their mindset like? What do you think, looking at the way that they're showing up, the way that they're making themselves visible, the clients that they have, the things that they're doing, that you aspire to do, how is their mindset different to yours? But this is where it begins, with proof that it's possible. I don't know the exact dates on this at all, but if you think about, sorry, someone's coming to my front door, so someone knocks on the door, and I might have to go and get it. This is amazing, Chloe, 11:11, and I've been on 11 minutes at the same time. Sorry, someone's at my front door. This always happens when I'm on live. Someone will ring, boyfriend's already rang, and then someone's at my door, but I'm just going to go with it. If you are looking at that person, I want you to look at that person basically, and I want you to understand and know that it is possible. The science behind that is, if you look at the man, is it Richard Bannister? I'll probably get the name wrong, but there was a man that ran the 4-minute mile. He was the first person to do it. Once he'd shown that it was possible, loads of people started doing it. So this is the foundation to building rock solid belief in your own infinite capability. If you are here and it resonates with you when you're watching other people smashing their targets, creating big change in the world, going out, creating this revolution or moving things forward, getting big clients, really helping people. If that resonates with you, that is what you were meant to be doing. But also it serves as a reminder, if you're getting that kind of sense of, I wish that was me, that's because your soul knows it is possible for you. And it's seeing that person and knowing that you are also meant for the same thing. Things only come into our awareness when we're on a similar vibration. So if you're aware of these people, that is exactly why they're there. They're mirroring back to you what is possible for you in your life. So keep that first and foremost in your mind. So in the group, I'd love to see your proof that it's possible. And I want you to look at, what are they doing that I'm not doing? The second thing that I really wanted to touch on today, and I've spoke for nearly 15 minutes already, so I'm going to try and keep this short, so just a 30-minute training, so it's easy for you to digest and easy for you to take action on. One of the biggest things that I see people doing in this industry that comes from a mind maybe not working on your mindset is that we minimize what we do. So I can talk a lot, and I use this all the time, and in my moments where my energy is not on point and when I've not been looking after myself, I really feel, when I've not been managing my self-care, I really feel this creeping back up when I'm interacting with people. So I've been working a lot with people in the fitness industry at the moment, because as I say, my big vision for Exhale is that we start to change the narrative around what type of people meditate. So I've been working with some big players in the fitness industry locally and also nationwide. And what that's brought up for me is that I'm still tempted to say, you probably won't like this because it's a little bit woo. It's a little bit out there. It's a little bit spiritual. And I can feel my energy. I can feel myself shrinking. I can notice the way that I'm starting to minimize the massive transformation that I know that my classes and your classes, if you're a yoga teacher, if you're a healer, if you are a meditation teacher, I know these things transform people's lives. They save people's lives, more than once I've had people say that to me, that, this has changed everything for them, and yet we still minimize it. And there's two things going on with that I really want you to just have a think about. The first thing is that if you're a woman, this is probably particularly prevalent for you as well. And this all goes back to something that you might understand or have heard called the witch wound. What that is that really, if you strip it back, there has never been a time for a woman in history where it's been safe for you to speak your truth. Think about the way that our system is set up. You think about the way that the world is. You think about history. It's never been safe for you to fully own who you are and to fully own. And when I say who you are, I mean the magic that lives within you, the soul that lives within you, the spirit that lives within you. As women, we are taught to behave. We are taught to minimize. We are taught to control ourselves. Don't be too emotional. Don't be too rational. Don't freak out. Calm down. Why don't you, why don't you just think more logically? All of those beautiful, powerful parts of who we are as women and as healers and as light workers, if you want to call it that. We've been taught to minimize and hide. So when you are feeling yourself shrink in that way, know that it's normal. But also know that through your meditation practice and through everything that you teach, that that you don't have to believe every thought that comes into your head. That you can train yourself to be aware of your energy when it is shrinking, and to choose again, and to choose to stand up and talk about and own the transformation that you create in people. Because if you don't, your energy is coming out in that kind of dismissive way. So how can we ever expect the person that we're trying to get to invest in us, to book our services, to say, if you want to work with a big corporate client this week should have been your busiest week. And if it's not your busiest week, something is not working. And I don't want you to take that away and beat yourself up with it. I just want you to think about, where are the easy wins? Where could I just fix this in an instant? And this is a big one. Thinking about how your energy is coming off. Remember, sales is just an exchange of confidence. So if you're in that state where actually I do feel myself shrinking, using maybe heart-focused breathing, or just taking just a breath just in general and pulling your energy back and allowing that to expand out, that's going to make all the difference. The other thing that I really want you to think about and journal on, and this is something, if you wanted to share in our Facebook group, you absolutely could, but I want you to think about how when you were a child, you were asked to hide your emotions. Again, you were asked to calm down, you were asked to stop being silly, over and over and over again. And the ways that you had to minimize who you were or change who you were just to fit in with the crowd, to fit in with everyone else, to conform to what the teacher wanted you to do. And obviously we live in a society where we have to conform to a certain extent. But that time and time again gives you this sense of like you're an imposter, that who you really are isn't valid. And that is why it's showing up for you right now in your business. When you are maybe not speaking up and saying, I could do that for you. I could do that. I could do a Facebook Live for you. I could offer transformation for your clients. I could do this for you. I could do that for you, whatever it is. And it goes back to that. So it's about us thinking about when I feel like an imposter in my business, when is that happening? Why is that happening? But also going back to your childhood and thinking about all the ways in which you minimized and hid yourself. And just making peace with that as well. And I think even just knowing that that's where it comes from gives you the pause, gives you the space to be able to continue on anyway. When I feel myself shrinking, when I feel myself stepping into that zone where I feel like someone's going to find me out, that I'm not good enough, when I feel that, I'm going to be able to bring my awareness to it. Now we've had this conversation and be able to choose a different thought. Remember, you can just turn the dial. That's what meditation does for you. That's what we do for our clients. That's what we teach our clients to do. And something that really has helped me in terms of my own mindset is using my own name. So it might be that I come away from a conversation with someone, I think, you know what, I really feel like they're going to find me out. They're going to think I'm not the expert that I say I am. They're going to think that I've made this thing up, that I'm not good enough, whatever it is. I ask myself using my own name, Charlotte, why do you think you are saying that? Why are you thinking that? And sometimes I use my own name and saying, Charlotte is an imposter. When I see it like that, I'm able to see it objectively. I'm able to observe it, just like we observe our thoughts when we're meditating. When as soon as I put my own name in it, I'm like, what are you doing? It's like it's another way for you to catch that really unhelpful, negative narrative. Okay, the other thing I really want you to do is remember that you don't have to be the guru. And I say this loads and loads and loads of times. If you're an instructor, which I know Chloe is, you will know this. You don't have to be the guru. Just contribute to the conversation. That's all you've got to do. And that really helps you to show up in those moments where you feel yourself shrinking down. You're not trying to be Oprah. You're not trying to be Deepak. You're just being yourself, offering a different perspective, offering service, offering value. It does, Chloe, it absolutely does help to create a different perspective from a different place. But again, it's like you're observing yourself and you can catch it. Would you say that to your friend? Is that helpful? Is that kind? Is that true? Absolutely not. Really, really works for me. The other thing that I really want you to think about is honouring that student-teacher relationship that's connected to knowing that actually you don't need to be the guru. You can just be yourself, who you are, your energy, your life experience, your wisdom, the language that you use is all gifted to you. And that, if we hide that, if we try and mask that, because of that imposter syndrome that we've learnt as a child, we mask ourselves the way that we did as children and the way that we sometimes still do just in our everyday lives. It makes it very difficult for your ideal clients to connect with you. And remember that if you're working in the wellbeing industry, if you're working as a yoga teacher, as a meditation teacher, or as a healer, traditionally, the student finds the teacher when they are ready. And they find a teacher that is right for them. Meditation, yoga, whatever it is, spiritual practice is for everybody, but you are not everybody's teacher. And I think when you start thinking to yourself, actually, I better not say that because they might think X, Y, Z. They might not like that. I might offend people. It's really important to remember that actually, if you're offending them, they were never meant to work with you anyway. And it's okay to hold that space for just those people that were meant to work with you. And there are so many millions of people in the world that we don't need to get scared about rejecting some of them. And that's how you maintain your mindset as well, your energy. Some of you will have experienced before, you've worked with somebody that wasn't a good match for you. The energy exchange is just rubbish. You end up giving, you overgive, you overcompensate, and you end up feeling rubbish at the end of it by holding that mindset of, do you know what? I'm just going to be me, and the right people will come to me if I do the work. So that takes me right back to that first step. What you'll know about me a lot is I'm really super spiritual, but actually these days I'm all about strategy. I'm all about implementation. I'm all about taking the action, even if we don't particularly feel motivated. Because as I said right at the beginning, that motivation will come when you are acting of service. And the energy, sort of, I keep doing this with my hands, but it's like a loop, isn't it? So it's about doing the work, but also finding the right clients, not just settling for anyone and anything that comes into your awareness. And I think the last thing that I wanted to say is, and that is linked to that really, is that the more you show up as you, the more unique you're going to be. There's only one of you in the world. And I think the marketplace is getting busier and busier, which is amazing. So, you know, there are so many more people entering this industry. But in order to be able to stand out, particularly in places that are so busy anyway, in terms of like maybe your social media, you need to have something that you are known for, something that makes you really unique. So if you're an exhale instructor, just the fact that we use modern music, that we combine breath work, mindful movement and meditation together, that's unique enough in itself. But I want you to try, if you are currently an exhale instructor, can you go one step further? Where's your niche? Who are you wanting to serve specifically, and what is the transformation that you're wanting to see in these people? And if you aren't an exhale instructor, how can you make what you offer, your meditation classes, for example, how can you make them more unique? How can you make them stand out? How can you be known for something, the go-to person? How can you, get more eyes on your business in this really crowded marketplace? And that's everything that I have to say, which is really unusual and exciting for me. I've tried to keep it really short. So I've talked about how discipline trumps motivation every single time. The motivation will come when you are acting of service. Find some proof that it's possible, because that is the foundation to you taking the action. Once we know it's possible, our brain starts to give us less resistance towards taking those big action steps, those big visibility steps that we need to take. Remember, on social media at the moment, only 3% of people are going to see your post. We've got to be visible as much as possible. We've got to be out there. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep pushing whether we want to or not, because if we're just relying on that one post you've done in the morning, that's only 3% of your audience. So you're really like denying yourself an opportunity. We've also got to remember and work on your throat chakra. I don't know if I said that before, but if you can, if you're Reiki attuned, or if not, go and get some Reiki healing around your throat. But journal on the ways in which you minimize yourself. Journal the ways that you hid who you were as a child. And then also remember to talk to yourself using your own name. Get some mentorship. Get someone who's got your back, some accountability. And also, the last thing that I want to say is, take your own advice. Listen to the wisdom that your body sends you. If you're starting to burn out, stop. Get support so that you're able to keep coming back from that disciplined place. It's much easier when you have a community around you that has your back. So, 2 things that I want to tell you about. I have a free training. If you've not done it yet, it is awesome. It's 3 parts. It's like 10 minutes each video. Really quick, really implementable stuff if you are starting out in your wellbeing business. I will pop the link for that in the comments here. Second thing is that we offer instructor training. So if you want to have that community around you, if you want that mentorship, if you want a group of women to support you and have your back as you journey, so that we can let go of the fear, the doubt, as you journey towards smashing your goals, and you want to have that unique offering that's going to make your service, your classes, your one-to-ones stand out, then please do come and train with us. You can start training at any time. We train online with 1-day practical if you want to be a certified Exhale instructor. If you just want to come along and do the diploma in mindfulness and meditation practice, then that's absolutely fine as well. I'm just going to show what Chloe's saying. There's 2 ways of doing it these days. You can do the whole hog and certify with us as well, or you can just do the diploma. And Chloe is saying absolutely the best decision I made to join Exhale. And she's not the only one. And I don't say that from a point of, oh, look at me and what I've created. I'm saying it so that you know that it is possible. Here is proof that it's possible. It creates change. It creates new businesses. And the confidence, the clarity, the creativity that I see in these women is just outstanding. So please, I'll pop all the links in the comments. Please do let me know how you get on with your homework. Please let me know if you want any help with your journaling. And I'm going to go whilst it's still around about 11:30. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been my pleasure. And enjoy Mental Health Week. Remember, this should be your busiest month. If it is not, what can we do about it? Tell me. What are your questions? What do you need help with? See you later.